streaming to service contractors around the world. You're listening to the No Magic Shit Podcast with Jamie Schmidt. There's no magic in business. Stop falling for the unicorns and fairy dust. On this channel, Jamie will interview and discuss real business tactics to grow your service business. Here's your host, Jamie Schmidt.
What is up? What is up, fellas? Your boy Jamie Schmidt here with our special guest tonight, Mr. Kevin Paul. Kevin Paul is another contractor, and he's doing some great shit. So if you don't, guys, probably everybody knows Kevin, but those who don't know you, introduce yourself to him, to the audience out here.
Yeah, so most of you do know me. I'm Kevin out of North Carolina. I run Paul Brothers Soft Wash. I've been a big part of it for about 5 years now. Finally getting off the truck and moving on to bigger things in business.
Yep, you're doing some good stuff, man. You're doing some great stuff off the truck and making shit happen, and without using any magic shit. If you guys don't ever see this, yep. If they never see this, you see the hat. No magic shit. Different hats, but the same message. If you guys haven't seen this podcast before, I haven't done it in a while. I got to get back on track, but it's all about bringing guys on to talk about just that. No magic shit, man. Like there's no magic. No magic, unicorns, or fairy dust that's going to make you successful, man. It takes work, dedication to make it happen. And so Kevin's awesome example of that. He puts the work in every day. Now he's at the point where he's off the truck and he's ready to grow his company. So he's doing some good stuff.
But still dealing with the headaches, the day-to-day headaches. It's always going to be there.
Yeah, it's the roller coasters, man. It's the roller coasters that a lot of people don't talk about. You know, it's everybody wants to talk about, on social media about the wins. That's all we see is wins, Yeah,
what's that song? All I do is win, win, win.
Yeah.
No matter what. Yeah.
Hey, it's great to share your wins, man. It does. It is a good feeling and stuff. But I think guys some guys get into a situation where they may be going through a bad time, their phones maybe not ringing or whatever could be going on in their lives. And they see everybody talking about all their wins and no losses. Because people don't want to talk about their losses, and now these guys are thinking like it's them, like something's wrong with them. You know what I mean? And when in fact everyone have struggles, man. Every business.
I fell victim to it. Hell, I was in a rut a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It
happens, man, and that's why. Hey, the one thing I recommend to everybody out there, man, you guys got to find somebody that's in the industry, because it's easier in the industry, man. People are no more friends outside of the industry. They don't understand the struggles. They think you own a business and it's all gravy. Everything's great. You got to find somebody that you can talk to in the business. When you're going through those times or whatever. Me and Kevin talk all the time. If I'm having a shitty day or a shitty week, call him up and vice versa. And we have plenty of people like that we call and bounce stuff off each other. So that's one of the good things. Find somebody, man, you can just talk to and say, hey, this shit's happening. And you're gonna find out, be really surprised when they say, yeah, I went through that shit too.
Me too. Yep.
Yeah.
Same shit, man. Yep.
Same shit. But the season's getting ready to kick off for you where you're at. I mean, same thing here in Jersey. The season's it's starting to unwind right now. It's still winter, but it's still phones are ringing. It's starting to pick up, and it's gonna be a nice little explosion. It looks like.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jamie, because a lot of people need to know, man. Location does matter. People think that location doesn't matter, man. It does.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely, location matters, man. I have. It's awesome because I have an opportunity to talk to a lot of contractors around the country, man. So I can see, guys. What people's doing in different parts of the country. And yeah, it does matter where you're at, and what you do also. Some guys are strictly commercial. So they have different pain points, different struggles than, residential guys have. So that's why, as for me, I'm trying to balance more commercial into the residential side. I'm trying to be more balanced than just relying heavily on residential, because commercial is amazing. Sometimes it's harder work, but
but in the end, it works itself out. I mean, I'm lucky this month. We got a lot of commercial lined up between now and May, so
Absolutely, man.
A lot of weekend work, but you got to take it, man.
You got to take it. Yep. You got to take it, man. You got to take it, especially commercial, because commercial all about building those relationships, man. And you don't, even sometimes it's a small commercial job, and you're like, shit. But that small commercial job, that the guy that's holding that portfolio, he has portfolio with some big accounts in them that they're sitting there. So it's like,
well, yeah. I mean, you mentioned that. I mean, you remember I don't know, I guess last year I got that job off LinkedIn. He just reached back out to me again. It's been this would be my third small job I've done for him, but it's that relationship. That's what he said. He said, "Man, I'd rather call you before I call anybody else if it's something you want to do." So,
yep.
I take these small ones and keep the relationship going.
Yep, absolutely, man. Build the relationships with them, and and it's not always about money. I mean, people don't want to believe that because they lose, they lose the bids to property managers, and they want to automatically say it's about the money, they're cheap, and it's not always the case. It's not. Do they have a budget? Yeah, absolutely. They have budgets. They have budgets they got to stay in, but doesn't mean that it's going to be cheap. Doesn't mean they can't afford to pay you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't ask for the budget. I mean, I just, I work for my property manager, and he sent me a list, and he sent me all the budgets with them. Asked me if I can do them. Some of them are a little less than I want to do them for, but it's constant. It's twice a year, so.
Yep, and that's a great relationship you have, because that way hey, we're not wasting each other's time. This is the budget. Either we can get in there and help you in the budget, or we can't. That's that simple. Like, you know what I mean?
9 times out of 10, you're going to do it because it's that relationship.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And just even going to residential, man, just like doing small things for people, man. Just doing small things, like I went out on what's today? Today is Monday, right? So I guess it was Friday. I don't know. It was Friday they were doing a job, and I actually went over there. I stopped in, and I actually was having fun watching a little bit too. And the guy, they were doing a house, and the guy had this little garage that was on the back of the house, right? And it was green, and on the front of it was green and black. And I said, "Bam, we're gonna hit this real fast for this guy, right? Bam, right?" I said, "Watch, let's get a 5-star review." Guess what rolls in today from that guy?
5-star review.
It's just like, give a little. Like, don't be afraid to give a little. Like, give a little, man. Give a little. Yep. You see a little kids play hut in the backyard, man. It's all green and dirty. You're out there anyway.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Man, they're gonna give a little. Just give a little. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
What's up,
my guys did that today. They were watching a little small, like 1,000 square foot house. They had these nasty, just black steps and shit, and when they hit them, guy came out, gave them each $40 tip. I said, Son of a bitch, every time, man. When I'm not out there, they get tips. Nobody wants to tip the owner. And I'm talking big tips. Hell, $100 tips, $40 tips. Shit.
I know. That's the fun part. Hey, man, I really enjoy watching.
I mean, if they're getting tips, that means they're doing something good.
Yeah. I enjoy washing, man. I mean, that's why, I've been off, I'm been off the truck, I guess, for 2 years now. Last year I was off of it pretty much completely. The year before was kind of like off and on. I still go on though for commercial jobs because I do enjoy doing those jobs. I do enjoy doing, going on a lift and doing buildings. I enjoy that kind of stuff. But dude, even houses, I enjoy it, bro. It's fun. I realize though, man, I got to focus on other things, and so. Not saying you can't be successful. And that's another thing that I don't agree with. I see a lot of guys say, you can't be successful. You're in a truck. And I don't believe that. I believe you can be really successful in the truck. Because success, like what defines you of being successful, honestly. It's like whatever's going to make you happy. So if you're happy being out in the truck every day, man, with your helper, making money, paying your bills, you're successful. I mean, that's.
And I mean, I thought that's what I wanted to do up until really, end of last year, beginning of this year. I mean, then I decided, shit, I'm getting older. Body's starting to hurt.
Yep.
Can't do it forever.
Absolutely. And one of the things you got to watch, I have a good buddy of mine that he's works by himself. We'll bring a helper every once in a while. And that's the conversation I had with him, man. I'm like, hey, you have to think about what happens if tomorrow you blow your back out, you blow your knee out, right? What happens? And you can't work for a month. You can't work for 2 months, whatever the case is, right? What are you going to do? And he was like, I have no idea, dude. And I'm like, that's my point. That's my point, man. That's why, I mean, look, at least hire a helper. Like, I know you look, it's not gonna cost you. You're not gonna lose money hiring a helper. You're gonna make more money, honestly, because you're gonna have more time to put five rounds out. You're gonna have more time to talk to people, more time to talk to neighbors while they're doing something. Even though you're in a truck, you still have more time. So I think hiring a helper is an awesome step for a lot of people.
I know some of these people watching. We talked to them about it.
Yep, David Reba says he does walls and stepping stones. Yeah, I mean that's they do that for somebody, man. That's a little thing to us, to a client. That's a huge thing, man. Really is.
Yeah, I had one lady we were working on the other day, and I thought she was going to be one of them, just a Karen, so to say, and we hit her mailbox, and out of nowhere, black mailbox, brick mailbox, like you said yesterday, 5-star review came in, and I thought she was going to be a headache, Yep.
And that's one thing, man. If anybody's watching this podcast on or listens to it later. Man, if you guys are just starting out in business, first thing I would recommend is, number one, get a CRM from day one. Get a CRM from day one, dude. I mean, I went through years of this like paper writing stuff, and wish I had all the data, the email addresses, and all that stuff. I didn't have back then because I wasn't doing it. So I recommend highly, getting a CRM and working on reviews. That's one thing that we struggle with. Dude, we didn't work on reviews. We haven't worked on reviews until last year. We started saying, "Hey, we got to start looking for reviews," because before we never pushed for reviews. So if you're just starting out in business, man, now from day one, get a CRM and start pushing for reviews. Absolutely, that's one thing I tell you guys.
Plenty of jobs just because they love the reviews.
Yep, they love the reviews. Yep, and and I think it helps on Google or whatever. I mean, I'm not a Google dude. I'm not a Google magician or anything like that. And I heard it helped, so I don't know. Hey. Anything can help, right?
It can't hurt.
It can't hurt. It can't hurt, right? Yeah, it can't hurt. So, Jason Thomas said you can be successful in the truck, but damn, it takes a toll on your body. Absolutely, and that's where I'm at, man.
Me too.
Mark said, "Hey," and Joe said, "You go fishing." Joe Belmore said, "You go fishing." Yeah. Sean is in the house. What's up, Sean? The customer factor is the best bang for your buck. I agree with that 100%. I think the customer factor is for the price gives you a lot of value. It gives you a lot of value for the price. Absolutely. I don't find myself using it much anymore. I mean, Responsibid kind of took over all that stuff for me. Customer factor still does hold some data for me, and my guys.
Commercial and
I use it for commercial also. Yes. So. And what I pay for it, man, that's the one thing I like about Customer Factor. I'm grandfathered in, so the price that I paid when I started is the price that I'm still at. So, I'm like, crap, dude. If I use it just for commercial, if it was just a commercial CRM for me, the price I pay would be.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, that's why I'm holding on to it.
Mark said he used Market. That's a good one too. I
got that for my gyro event business.
Yep, they have an amazing app. I will say they have an amazing app. I did use it. I did test it. I did like it. I was just so used to the customer factor for one, and for two, I started to. So for us, last year, I've been using Responsibid since 2018. I wasn't using it heavily. I didn't start getting heavily until recently. Last year we started using it more and more. But I was still finding myself going back and forth to the customer factor and Responsibid. So we weren't really being, we would go to customer factor, put some stuff in, Responsibid, put stuff in. And then, last year we were just like, no, it's like, we don't go to customer factor at all. We stay in Responsibid. Like we don't even go there. And it's been great for us. But any CRM, man, it doesn't really matter. Like as long as you have a CRM that you can get your customers' email addresses, and you can save the data, and you can save the dates and what you did for them, and you can send reminders and follow-ups. Any one of them.
They all work, man.
They all work.
They all work.
It's a lot of preference. Yes. David Flipping said he uses the customer factor. So and Mark also said, one of my best customers came from me breaking the light I replaced. She raves about us. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
little things, man.
It's the little things, man. Like if you break a floodlight, You know, I know you're gonna be like, oh my god, you're gonna be scared. I just broke the floodlight. You know, you don't. What do I do? Do I just get done and leave? But just hey,
tell them what you did.
Knock on the door, Mrs. Jones. Man, I apologize. You know, I broke the floodlight. Going to replace it. She's going to be like extremely happy, and she's going to, like Mark said, she's going to rave about you, and she's going to use you because you took care of her, right? You didn't hide from the problem. So,
I broke many of flower pots.
Did you?
Flower pots.
Yeah, flower pots.
I'm pulling the hoses, pots turning
knock
over.
them down. Yep. Yeah, it's Sean Garner said he uses the customer factor. We recently added the package discount. Packages really changed our average tickets. Absolutely, Sean. Packages, man, I've been preaching packages since 2017. Packages, I don't care if you're using responsibility, if you're not using responsibility, if you're using the customer factor, if you're using whatever you're using, packages. I
started packages on that piece of paper.
Yep, I have one here somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. I was looking when he just said that. I may not have one here, but yeah, I used to use the packages on the paper, man, with the carbon fiber. It
fucking work great, man.
Yeah, packages work. It's for me. It's not. It's about giving our clients a menu and just letting them choose what they like.
No, we got to call them bundles now. Though. They're not packages.
Well, bundles, yeah, they call them bundles. Bundles, packages. I don't know. Yeah, bundles. You're right. But because they say packages when you're taking different service levels and making better service levels, and bundles is when you're bundling different services. Well, yeah, it makes sense. But I just always called them packages, so I was used to it. But packages, bundles, whatever. Giving your customers some different services to choose from and give them a discount for those services is a game changer. Call it what you want, right?
Call it making money.
Call it making money, man. Call it making money. Man says customer factor is growing my business threefold with its automation. Yes, automation is
simplicity.
Yep. Rusty said Happy Meals. Yep, absolutely, bro. It's all, man. Everybody's you have they selling you the bundles, man. You have packages, choices. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean everywhere you go, best, good, better, best, something along those lines.
If you guys like. So one of the best things, one of the great things I love about responsibility. And this is not about responsibility. I'm not even going to give you guys my responsibility link or anything. We're having a conversation. So I love the fact that we can have we have bundles. So we have when we do an estimate, our customer will get bundles, but then under those bundles they have a la carte. So the bundles may just be for we simplified ours recently, right? Me and you both have. So I think for our house washes we simplified them. But then they still get the a la carte underneath, which would be everything, roof washing, window, whatever it is, all the services we offer, and they can pick whatever they like out of the a la carte section because we're giving them the menu.
Giving them options. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, hey, here you go.
As long as you got a price structure, you got to have a structure and price.
Yes.
I know a lot of guys go out there and they just judge it by looking at it, but I'm a firm believer in price structure.
Oh, I am too, man. You got to have a pricing structure. I mean, honestly, you have to have a pricing structure.
You can't do one house for $500 and then do the neighbor across the street for $250, and they pretty much got the same house,
He loves Mark loves bundles when it comes to crab legs. Hey, dude, we got some amazing Dungeness crabs out here, dude. You come out here, Mark. I'll take you to the spot, bro. Amazing ones.
We got crabs in a can here.
Mike, you're one of the coolest dudes, bro. Mike said we're a couple of the coolest dudes, man. You're one of the coolest dudes. Mike's a good dude, man. I like Mike a lot. He's awesome.
He's all right. He's giving me some work.
And he's got that awesome hat.
He gave me a really good customer when he moved away.
Did he?
Yeah.
And he's got the awesome hat. You see that hat he's got there in his profile picture? He's got that big round awesome hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, absolutely, dude. You come down here to Jersey. Hey, come to Farm Fest. Come to Farm Fest in July. We can do it all in one shot, man.
Mike Rhodes and Mark Rhodes. Related?
It gets confusing sometimes. No, we're not doing no crabs in a can, bro. We're not doing that, Jarrett.
No, hell no. It's just nasty as fuck.
Yeah, you guys got to come out to in Jersey. Everett Abrams and Jay Rachenstein is putting on Farm Fest again in July. If you guys check that out, hey, come out to Farm Fest, man. Do some networking, some classes, and go get some crabs too. Why not?
Crabs? I thought he does a big pig.
No, we won't have it there. We'll go get some crabs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm right in the middle of my state, man, so I don't have fresh seafood.
Yeah, so we have we actually go to a couple country. It's a country club we go to.
It's fresh.
A country club. Yeah. It's a country club, so yeah, it's legit. Not related to Mark, just brothers from another mother. Yeah, they're both awesome dudes, man. They're both awesome dudes. Last time I seen Mark was at the Huge convention. Yes, dude, we missed you, bro, at the other event, bro. You gotta do it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Jason,
just do it, Jason. It sucks, but it sucks at first. It's hard.
Yeah, Mike's in Seattle. Yep. Down Seattle, down to the beach. Go to the beach, man. Go to the beach. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Is Jason still doing trash bins?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing really well with the trash bins. He was, did you see average? Oh yeah, I see the snow blowing. I live here. I was in Jersey, so yeah, we had some snow blowing in yesterday. It was crazy. It was beautiful out, and then all of a sudden this wind, man, this wind just came, and it just like snow started blowing. Like, what's going on? Yeah. So that's why I kind of told you, man, the other day. Like for us, I can look at the data because we got kind of tricked because we had some really nice days. Like it was getting really nice, and it kind of starts playing tricks on you. Like, it's nice out. The phones are ringing, but why isn't it ringing out a lot more? Because it's beautiful out. But then I go back and look at the data because we have a CRM, and I can look at previous years. And I told you, dude, I'm looking at it, and those first 2 weeks of March, we were just chugging along. You know what I mean? And then it's always that third week, that 20th, which seems it's the first day of spring.
So you should be taking off next week.
It opens up, yeah, and we are because the phones are starting to ring now. So and that's the mentality that we have here. Hey, we have winter and we have spring. We have the 4 seasons here, right? Winter, spring, fall, summer. So, but we have spring coming, man. And when the spring, winter's gone. So right now it's just winter. And it was winter today. It was cold out today. It was windy, cold. It was brutal.
Well, I sent you a video the other day, pouring down rain, like, cold, rainy.
Jason Thomas says, you want to buy his trash bin business? You would have to move to Florida, though. Tough one, right?
Tough.
David Flipping saying, getting off the truck is hard, but your body and business will thank you for making the decision. Absolutely, man. It will. It is hard, dude. It's hard to
trust.
Yeah, it's hard to let go. And yeah, it's hard to trust. I mean, it's, for a longest time, when I started getting off the truck, I still wouldn't let them do any roofs. Like I would always be doing a roof. But now, I'm at the point where I don't do any roofs anymore. They can handle the roofs. Not pretty much. I don't have to do anything. They can do anything. I trust them to do everything. When I do stop in, the problem is with me, dudes. I do stop in. I just take the wand and I'm just like, I don't give it back.
It's like Sunday. We were watching a commercial property. I mean, I was walking around. I got bored. I said, man, I can't do this shit.
I know. Yeah, that's the problem.
But you get bored. I didn't pick anything up. I let them do what they had to do.
Yep. Well, yeah. See, I don't. That's my problem. And I'll do that. I'll pick up the wand. I'll be like, let me see it, and then they don't get it back. They're just like, oh, he ain't giving that shit back. So yeah, I just got.
It gets a little frustrating too because one of my guys is kind of new, and he's like, I don't know, just slow and not the way I would do it. But I was like, you know what, figure it out.
That's the problem, dude. That's a lot of problems that guys run into. Is they're thinking that their employees are going to be them. I mean, they're not going to be you. They're not going to be you. They're not you. I mean, if you have processes in place and you train them correctly, I mean, they're gonna follow those processes. So you're going to be okay. Will they veer off those processes a little bit? They're going to. But look, if they get the job done and the customer's happy, and there's no problems, that's what counts, you know.
That's all that matters. Yep.
They're not going to wrap the hose the same way you wrap the hose. They may not put stuff back, do things the same way you do, or it's not you. They're not you. So I've learned that, man, because that was something hard because, you know.
Yeah, that's what I've been learning this year. And like I said, it's been great, man. I mean, I go out there when I want to go out there.
Yeah. Yep, that's a good way to do it, man. Go out when you want to go. I have to get out this year.
I'm not going to lie. When it's a really high-end client, you know, I'm going to go out there just to show face and
absolutely,
you know.
Yeah. Yep. I get it.
Now, I don't stick around all day. I mean, I let the client see me, you know. Yep.
Yep. They know everything's okay, and you move on.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, our biggest struggle, man, with me not being on the truck is content. So I got to focus on that this year, because I used to get really
pictures, right?
I used to get great content, man. You know, videos and really great content, and not that they don't try, just
it's just I know I get it.
So they're not you. They're not you again. They're not you. So they're not thinking about creating content. They're thinking about, oh, he wants me to get before and after pictures. He's telling me to make sure I take good ones. But I'm thinking about, and I'm trying to create content. Oh, look at
you want to get down there with the video camera.
Yeah, I want to get down there low, dude.
Yeah.
I got the surface cleaner. I'm in cinematic mode on it, following it and stuff. And I'm trying to tell them
4K HD.
I'm trying to tell them to slow down, man. Like, look, slow down. Like, we don't go real fast. I'm gonna go slow so I can get that action with that. But yeah, I like getting content. But so I got to share and get some content with them and have fun. And
I need to get my guys hooked up on the company cam. I need to get back into that. I mean, they can take some decent before and after pictures with that.
Oh, yeah. David Flipping said he doesn't want to hire another Mr. Flip. It would be a disaster. I need to hire different individuals for a faster new ideas team. Yep. And, dude, and that's the other thing, dude. You got to, like, if your guys have ideas and stuff, man, you can't kill those ideas. You have to, take their input, man, because they may have some ideas that might be better than yours, even though you don't want to change. It may be something that's better.
But look, my two guys, man, I mean, they're older than me, so they've been around longer. They've worked more, so
yeah,
they got an idea. I'll listen.
Yep, yeah, listen, and hey, and it goes a long way, man. It's just like it's just not a they're not punching in and doing if you have an idea and they come to you, be like, hey, that's a good idea, man. We can try that. See what happens.
I have found out my newer guys, like when I'm out there, he's kind of nervous, and I could see it in him, like you feel like he's gonna mess something up. So I try to back away and let him do his thing.
Let him do his thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's good, man. It's it's fun. It's finding help. It's always the funnest part, man. I know guys have struggles with that and they get frustrated, but hey, I mean, you'll eventually find those right guys.
Yeah, I've been through quite a few just in the last year that I've been really hiring.
Yeah, we've been going through some helpers and stuff. I mean, some
of these guys on here probably know a little bit of my story about, over the winter time when I pretty much paid my guy we had a little bit of work here and there, but I mean, I paid him pretty much a full week for only working, 2 or 3 days because couldn't afford to lose him,
Yeah, I remember he was going to go take another job.
Yeah, I mean, he had already found another job that day. I told him he already had one, which tells you, damn, he don't mind the work, And I dwelled on it over the last couple of days. I said, man, I'll pay you, And he volunteered to stay, and I'm glad because otherwise I'd be back to square one again.
Yep, because some guys do. Some guys don't even want to. Some guys will say, well, let's take a break and they get unemployment. Some guys don't want to do that. But they don't want it. They don't want to get unemployment. They want to work.
Yeah.
So if they're really good, rock star employees, man, what's going to happen is they're going to go out there and find a place where they can flourish. So, paying them for them a few weeks while it was slow, dude. It's not. Yeah, that's an investment. That's an investment in the company, man. That's an investment in the company.
Well, and that's where we fall on the hard times, because like I said, January, February, into March. Putting out more than I'm bringing in, man, and it gets sad and it gets depressing, and you think it's the end of the world, but now things are picking back up. I mean, couple good weeks I got lined up, so
Yep, man, that's what happens, man. That's the roller coasters of owning a business, man.
Up and down, up and down,
up and down. It's a roller coaster ride, but it's hey, man, I would never work for anybody, so the roller coaster is worth it. And as the longer you go on, man, you start to understand, when those dips are coming in and those highs are coming. So
I'm not sure who's all on here, but I'm guessing everybody's kind of a veteran, right? Nobody really new.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of veterans on here. I can't see everybody because everybody's not commenting because there's like
so everybody knows, kind of figure out your numbers and what you need and what you can spend, what you can't spend. Don't go crazy, and even though we got to spend some money for tax time, but
yep,
always keep an eye on that.
Yep, Cameron said he has 2 Rockstar employees, both are salary. Winters are tougher, but we put back to get it back. I know what he's mean. Yeah, dude.
Cameron's a good dude too.
Yeah.
He's gonna I got some work for him down his way.
Yep. I mean, it's Mark Rose says the same thing for him. I mean, it's tough, man. It's an e-ticket ride. Rusty. David Flipping said his new technician will be washing solo this week. We scheduled 2 jobs a day for this tech. He's done his job. One supervisor go check his work. Yeah, I mean, and he's using a slow period to get his guys dialed in. Yeah, and absolutely, man. You have that slow time and you get them dialed in, and there's nothing like trying to bring somebody in right when the season starts going crazy and try to train somebody, to rush to get out there. So. Bruce Martin said it was his first day out today, and it was cold and windy. Yep, it was cold and windy here in Jersey too, man. We didn't. They actually did some work in the shop today. We had to move some stuff to a different shop, reorganize some stuff. So I had them do that today because it was really windy today and it was cold. And I'm like, hey, we better get this done now because we're not going to be able to get it done starting next week, dudes. They got a whole bunch of stuff to wash this week. We got 12 jobs we're doing for one property. Not a property manager, it's a company we do work for. But how do you paint? I ain't painting nothing, bro.
I don't paint.
Nope. I ain't painting nothing, Patricio. Oh, I think he said, how do you pay? He might be saying that. He might have hit the wrong.
How do you pay what? Oh, employees?
Maybe. He might be saying that. I'm not sure. Because he said, how do you paint? Pay them. Yeah. I knew that. Pay them now that there is no job.
He's saying, how do you kind of knowing what you got coming up and managing that money a little bit, I mean, luckily, I used a lot of my Christmas light money to kind of float us. I got the dryer vent business, so that floated us a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. So Patricio basically, man, he lost money at some of them points, some of those weeks. We all did. I've lost money too some of the weeks, but it was kind of like it was either that or he was going to lose an employee that's going to be a really good employee for him. So, because I mean, the problem is these guys have families to feed too, or even if they don't have families, they still have lives that they have to. They need money.
They got bills to pay.
You got bills to pay, man. So you got to understand that, and that's the toughest thing, man. That is one of the toughest things, man. Like when you get off not even off the truck, when you start to grow a company and bring people on, dude, that's more responsibilities now. Like, because now you're really taking on responsibilities for these guys, man. Like, they're not your responsibility, but it's your responsibility, man, to really try to make sure they make it, so they can grow, right?
Then you still try to get a paycheck yourself. So I mean,
it
was hard, man. It was a hard decision to make. I mean, I talked to Jamie for a while about it, but in the end, I'm glad I did it, and I'm going to do it again next year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Bruce, I'm thinking about doing a boot camp. Thinking about doing something in April. I think I have a place that I can do. I'll let you know. But I'm thinking about April. Van said, my full-time guy's been washing for 6 months by himself. I also hired 3 guys in 4 weeks and fired all 3. Yeah, I mean, and that's what happens, man. Nobody wants to work in Orlando. Yeah, I see that in some places, man. Some places it's tough to get guys don't want to work. Van said his full-time guy is worth his weight in gold. Mark Rhodes says, This is why I tell the new guys, if you can put 10% of your profits on the side, you're slow or dead, you need to pay your helper if you have it. Yep. That's actually a really good point right there, man. That's a good tip. That's a good tip right there from Mark, guys. 10%. Put 10% away, and you can pay your guys when you get slow. Keep them working. I mean, you have the option, depending where you are, you have the option of, letting them go out workman's comp. I mean, not workman's comp, on unemployment. But dude, nobody really wants to do that. If they really want to do that, they really have no ambitions anyway. Yeah, like I want somebody that says, no, the hell with that. We're going to buckle up, man. And we don't want to go on unemployment. We want to stay here and make money. That's what I want.
I mean, there was days where, like I said, I was paying them, so I sent them out to put out yard signs or whatever. There's something can be done.
Yep. Flip said they kept 2 techs over the winter. One of our techs took a job over the winter, but he's come back. Yeah, I remember you told me about him. And he hired 2 VAs to help in the office. That's awesome. Talking about yard signs, man, I'm glad you said something about yard signs because, that's another point I wanted to bring up tonight for new guys, or maybe not even new guys, maybe anybody needs to hear this message. Is look, a lot of guys, man, they for some reason, they listen to stuff on social media and they let that kind of dictate how they're going to run their business, right? I seen a post yesterday in one of the groups about yard signs, and I've seen the comments saying it's littering when you put yard signs out, and I've seen all these crazy comments, and hey, that's everybody's opinion. That's fine, but if you feel as though yard signs make you money in your company, like don't let others' opinions, dictate how you run your company. If I let people tell me, look, dude, if I took people's feelings about shit, how I ran my company, like there'd be a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done, but I learned that I don't care, dude. It's like, this is my company. I'll do what I want to do. If I want to put yard signs out, I will. If I don't want to put them out, I won't, If I want to run a deal doing something, I'll run a deal doing something. That's my business. Because at the end of the day, Greenway says Jamie Schmidt owns Greenway. That's who owns it. These guys on social media they're not there to grow your business, man, So, and I get it, though. People will see that comment like, oh, man, I don't want to do it because some guys said that's littering, man. Look, depending where you are, I don't know, man. I know David Carroll talked about this last week about, hey, he's never seen anybody get arrested for putting yard signs out. Now, I do know somebody that got their ass fined pretty heavy. And they were doing a lot of yard signs. When I say a lot of yard signs, a lot of yard signs. And they went to battles with the court and they lost. So, yeah, I get it, dude. But there's ways to do it, dude. You should definitely put them on your customers' yards. I mean, every customer should be getting the yard sign for real,
Again, though, location, man. I mean, where I'm at, dude, I'm in a rural area, a lot of back roads, a lot of country, county, not in the cities.
Yep. And look, where I'm at, dude, so I will tell you right now where I'm at, we're not allowed to put yard signs out, okay? We're not allowed to put yard signs out here, okay? Now, check this out. I've always been like, well, I'm not going to put yard signs out in my area, in my town, because you're not allowed to, right? I pay a lot of money in taxes, dude, to live in this town, right?
Yeah,
and I drive around, dude, and all I see is yard signs from other pressure washing companies from all over the place. I mean, all over the place. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I mean, the hell with it. Like, we're just going to put yard signs out. It is what it is. I don't think I would ever even get fined by my city. I mean, I do a lot of stuff in my township, so I don't think I would ever get fined. The guy may take signs, they pick them up, whatever. But again, I'm not letting other people, tell me, what I should do and what I can't do as far as on social media. Hey, we can ask for opinions. We all come here and ask for opinions, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. Like you said, it's different markets. Different markets are different. I know guys that do yard signs and they just absolutely kill with yard signs.
I do pretty good.
Yeah, you do really well with yard signs.
Google, then yard signs.
Yep, so. You do really well with yard signs. Some guys do yards. Look, just like with door hangers, I see guys say, hey, we put door hangers out and they don't work. I'm like, well, how many did you put out? They're like, oh, I put 500 out. Well, yeah, dude, it's a numbers game. You're going to expect it's like a 2% or less return, right? On doing stuff like that. the response rate's not high, but it's a numbers game. Like, I think we need to take this back, man. People need to sit back and actually simplify shit and say, you know what? What we do, well, we're problem solvers. I look at us as problem solvers, but that's a whole different thing. We clean shit, right? We clean shit for a living. That's what we do. We go out, we wash houses, we wash concrete, we wash windows, whatever you guys wash, carpets, whatever it is. You're in a service business. The more people that know what you do, the more opportunities you're going to have. It's that simple. I mean, the more people that know that you clean shit, the more opportunities you're going to have for people to call you. So that could be yard signs, door hangers, flyers, clip flyers, mailers, going to networking meetings, going out and giving business cards to everybody you meet, whatever. All this stuff combined, Google ads, everything combined lets more people know what you do. Yep. And you got to track, man. You got to track what's working. Track your leads. This is what I'm getting off of yard signs. This is what I'm getting off Google. This is what I'm getting off Facebook. That way you can look at the data for you, not for other people on Facebook, other markets. You can look at your data and say, okay, this works for me. I need to now. I'm going to trip up on this action because we're getting a lot of return on investment for this, whatever it is, Google ads,
a lot of the CRMs will track that for you.
Absolutely, a lot of CRMs will track, and that's why CRM is important to try to find out where those calls are coming from. You know, some guys, you know, they do different phone numbers, so they'll have different phone numbers for different advertising. I don't do that. I mean. But guys do. They'll have, different yards. They'll have signs with phone numbers. They'll have flyers with phone numbers. That way they can track where those calls are coming from. It makes sense. It does. But at the end of the day,
I used to have call numbers, tracking numbers.
Yeah, I know you did. I mean, it's good. It's
nice. It was easy,
everybody gets overcomplicated, man. Everybody overthinks it. Facebook ads don't work, and look. Facebook ads do work. Do they always work? No. Are you always going to run an ad that's going to be successful? No, absolutely not. But it's still part of building that brand. It's still part of people seeing your name. So they may not have clicked and called you on that Facebook ad, but you know what? They might have seen that yard sign and they seen that Facebook ad, and now you know what? Damn, he just popped up on Google too, or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, they're right there in my neighborhood. I got a door hanger.
Yeah, multiple touches, man. Multiple touches. I mean, it's about multiple touches, not, I see a lot of guys throw a huge net. And I told you before, I did many videos about this, man. I see guys that are going like really deep out of their area and flooding those areas with marketing materials. And I'm like, dude, you guys are wasting so much energy and time and money, going all over the place. Why don't you just take those areas where you really want to work and just slam those areas, hit them with mailers, door hangers, yard signs, Facebook ads, whatever it is, hit them multiple times, That's going to work a lot better than just throwing that net out everywhere. Just just casting everywhere and saying, hey, let me see what I can catch. Dude, I told you my radius, unless I'm going down to the shore, our radius, dude, is really, really, really tight. Like, my trucks are always like within like arms grab. I can get in the car, boom, be there in 5 minutes, pretty much anywhere they're at. 10 minutes.
And I can't.
No, you can't because you're in a different area, right? Again, that's good about the area.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about guys that are in heavily populated areas that want to go like just everywhere. And hey, I get it, dude. If you have multiple locations, multiple trucks, dude, but you're running one or two trucks. Why are you going like, 30, 40 miles away?
I wish I could only go 10 miles.
I know, right? You would be happy.
I do a lot, but I mean, I still got to go. I mean, shit, today, I wouldn't have went, but I priced this job based from my house location and not my shop location. So it was a little further from the shop than I wanted it to be, but it was like an hour away, but it was a $900 job. So,
hey, that's a big step you took this year, man. Guys, congratulate Kevin. Kevin got him a nice shop. He's got him a nice big shop, and he took the leap of faith and said, "Hey, you know what? This shop's going to cost me a lot of money, but I believe if I take this shop, it's going to change my mentality. It's going to change my employees' mentality. We're going to be at the office working, and we're going to grow."
And it 100% does. I mean, I don't have my phone with me. I mean, I don't even have my computer. I'm on my tablet now. Like, all that shit is there. Come 5 o'clock, I'm out.
And that's
today. Today was a little bit longer because there's no magic shit, and I had to deal with some stuff. So
yep, there's no magic shit, man.
So can I touch on something real quick, James?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think there's very many new guys on here, but the other day I was on a Facebook Live, man, and talking about, the equipment and stuff. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves is equipment and how, especially the new guys coming in think they got to spend crazy amount of money and they're just going to magically get all this work because they got this nice new fancy machine. And man, I'm here to tell you that ain't the way to do it. That machine is not going to bring you work. It's nice, it's shiny, but man, invest that money into something that's going to bring you business, and then work your way up.
Yep.
It just drives me crazy with some of this stuff.
I agree, man. I remember back, and I'm not going to say who the person is or who needed help, but it was back in 2018. I was in Texas at a convention, and somebody came up to me there and said, "Hey, there's a guy in Jersey that he spent like a lot of money, man, to buy a rig, a lot, and he has no idea what he's doing. He mortgaged his house to buy this rig. Like he doesn't have no clue what he's doing. He doesn't have any customers. Can you help this dude out?" So, man, that's
the really mortgaged his house.
Hey, well, he took a loan out, so yeah, he took a big loan, dude, a big loan. So, and I say this guys all day, dude. It's great to have nice equipment. It is. I'm not saying you shouldn't have nice equipment, dude. I'm not saying that, dude. But at the same time, I am telling you that that's not what's going to make you successful. And it can make you more efficient. It can give you more confidence, maybe. Is it going to make you successful? No, dude. You give me a 5-gallon portable machine and drop me off in the city and give me some opportunities to get some people, get some work. I'm going to make it happen, dude. Like I don't, I dumbed down.
And that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and when you start getting employees, it even gets to be more, dude. I dumbed down a lot of our equipment, man. Like since I'm not in the truck, I dumbed a lot of stuff down. The booster pumps, dude. Look, nothing wrong with booster pumps, dude. I personally love booster pumps, but when I got off the truck full time, I'm like, okay, booster pumps cannot be on there. Not in my opinion, they weren't employee friendly for me.
You need to keep it simple.
Yeah, I try to keep everything simple. And it's I have friends like that, man. I get on their asses, man, and they'll be like, oh, I didn't do this job today because this or that. And it's always about equipment, but it's not something they could not have done. And I'm like, well, dude, that's no reason why you didn't do it. Like, waiting for that new hose reel to come in is not going to make the difference, dude. It's not going to make the difference. Like, honestly, it's not. Is it nice? Absolutely. But until you get out there and make shit happen.
All right, like I said, I mean, some of this stuff is time saving. I mean, shit, up until last year, I just got my first remote box last year.
I know.
Other than that, I was walking back to the truck, flipping the damn valve. I mean,
yep, flipping the valve. Yeah, me too, dude. Dude, it's kind of bullcrap because I never really had the opportunity to use a remote that much. I mean, I did a little bit when we first got them, but
me either.
I was always running back to the damn truck.
Me too.
Yeah, they don't have that problem now. But yeah, you need to look professional, dude. You absolutely, I agree. You need to look professional. But I mean, it really depends what professional looks like. I mean, honestly,
wrap your truck. Have a shirt, hat.
Yeah, make your equipment look nice. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they don't. Customers don't really know the difference of what type of pressure wash you have or what kind of system you're running or anything like that. Absolutely, it's amazing what a fresh coat of paint does. Right? He said paint, but it's paint. And absolutely, he's right, dude. Yep. He's right because we just took the utility body. I don't really like utility bodies personally. So we have the big flatbed. We have a utility body and I was actually, this because I was on the phone with you. I was going to Pennsylvania to buy an aluminum flatbed for the utility body. And my son, which runs that truck, came here that morning. And I'm like, all right, you ready to go? We're going to go to Pennsylvania and get this. And we're going to rip that off. And he was like, man, I really like the utility body. I don't think we should do this. And I'm like, well, what do you like about the utility body? He told me what he likes about it. He likes it. And I'm like, you know what? All right, fine. I don't have a problem. Hey, you're going to save me a few $1,000s. So I'm not going to complain. But here's what we're going to do. Let's strip it down, strip everything off of it, and let's sand the whole thing down, the whole of the bed. They grinded it down. Both of my guys did that. And we used that Raptor liner. We wrapped the line, the whole inside the bed, the side, inside the side, and then the top box is where all the stuff gets bolted on. And I'm like, hey, that thing looks a lot different now. Just that's what was aggravating me, dude. It was aggravating was the bed. The bed was just every time I would look at the bed, I would walk by the bed and I would just get friggin' aggravated because it's a steel bed. I would just get so aggravated, dude. So yeah, now it looks good. So yeah, fresh coat of paint, man. It does wonders. It
fresh
really
coat
does.
Of paint, a little bit of lettering. Put your logo on there.
Oh, lettering, dude. Absolutely. Yep. Lettering does it. Tricio Alvarez says, congrats. He's talking about your office.
Thank you.
What's up, Brian? Man, haven't seen you in a while, bro.
Brian. Yeah, where you been?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Mark.
Bobby, no, dude. Bobby says sometimes traveling is necessary when you have a million companies for competing for the same jobs. I don't agree with that, Bobby. I think that's when you actually need to tighten up your area and start focusing.
Now they're going to take it like you're running away, like they're pushing you out.
Yeah, you got to focus on. You got to figure ways to focus on. Look, I give money. Look, money. People care about money. That's the bottom line. They do, to a degree. That's why it's about value, man. For us, it's about driving value. Like we keep driving value into the clients. And look, hey, either they want to hire us because they want to hire us because we're providing them a great value, or they don't. I mean, that's what it comes down to. We definitely we're going to lose a lot of jobs. I mean, we lose a lot of jobs.
I already have this year.
Yep, I don't dwell on those jobs. We do follow up with them, but it's automated. We have automated systems that follow up with them when they say, "Hey, we hired somebody else." Bingo, we put them in decline, and now our automated system will take over and say whatever it wants to say to them. You know what I mean? Hey, we appreciate the opportunity, whatever it is, right? It's all set up, but we don't dwell on it, man. I don't dwell on that because it's like, hey, we're gonna move on to the next one. We got to. It's all about leads, and that's why I said earlier, it's about the more people you let know what you do, the more opportunities you have. The more leads
Bobby,
you have.
I'm sure you're in a bigger location than me, man. I mean, right? I mean, Bobby's he's in a good location, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
can do it, Bobby. Don't let them drive you out.
Yeah. He said he's landing bigger jobs though. We did well today, but I'm getting some decent ones 45 minutes away. But your market may be 45 minutes away. But if that's what I'm saying. So that may be your market. So if that's your market, then that's the market you focus on. Like, so some guys have that problem. Like some guys have to say, hey, I had a good friend that was like that, man. He was struggling. He moved. He was doing well where he was. Then he moved, and then he was, he was telling me, hey, where I'm at now, they won't pay. They won't pay. And we spoke about value. We spoke a lot of things, and it came down to, okay, well, where did you used to live? It's about 40-minute drive. All right, you're telling me they were great customers. Yes. Okay, that's where you need to market then. That's your market. If that's your market, that's your market. Okay, cool. That's where your market's at. So when I'm saying not to travel, I'm not saying not to travel. I'm just talking about guys that just want to, like, I drive around, dude. I see signs from everywhere, dude. I see signs and they're coming from areas, so I know where they're coming from, and I'm like, dude, these guys are in heavy populated areas. Why the hell are they driving so far away to put yard signs everywhere? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it really doesn't. But to each their own. Hey, that's what they want to do. I can't tell them how to run a business. I'm just, saying if you focused more, man, of your market.
So that's what I do. I get these calls, like I said, 45 minutes away. But when I'm out there, I don't try to put yard signs and all that around. I put the yard signs and stuff where I want to work.
Yeah.
These just come in from Google or something, and we go out there. I mean, we'll stick some 5 rounds, but I don't try to push it out there. You know what I mean?
So, Steve, I can tell you, man, the biggest tip I can give you on this, he wants to focus on staying close to home. The biggest thing I can tell you, man, the biggest tip I can give you is, and I keep preaching this, man. I actually put a post out today about this, is to start being a part of your community. Like, be a part of your community. Give to your community. Like, be a part of your community. We just had a PWMCA member meeting, last week, right? With Connor. Connor Cave. And it was on network marketing and stuff, man. He's doing some amazing stuff.
Yeah, he is.
And he's in his community, right? It's, you know.
So what he said, his community was tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, but he's everybody in his community knows him.
And he said he had 45 other washers, right?
Yeah, around
him in a small community like that.
Yep. Everybody knows him, dude. Like, everybody knows him because he's just marketing. He's in their face all the time. So, you know, that's what I would do, Steve, man. I would, hey, get involved in the community, man. Go to some community events. Wear your work gear when you go there, man. Meet people, you know, shake their hands, dude, and, you know, do some community involvement stuff, some community cleanups, whatever it is. Just being involved in the community. That's what I would definitely tell. I would recommend you do that, man. You know. Let me see.
So I got about a 45-minute radius where I work, you know, and then commercial. I mean, I go an hour and 45 minutes. So,
Jason, yes, I did record it. It's going to actually be loaded in the member group. I'm trying to load it up tonight. I just got to download it, so I got to load it up. I did put the summary of the meeting up. I don't know if you've seen that. It was pretty sweet. Yes, 100%, Rick. 100%. Network, man. Network your chambers and networking groups and network, man. Network. And you got to put, that's another thing, dude. Look, anything you do, it's going to be whatever you put into is what you're going to get out of it, right? So if you go join a local networking group and you're not involved, well, you can expect, like, well, you probably don't. You expect you're going to have all kinds of results. But if you're not involved, you're not going to have those results. So, you know, you have to put time into it and, you know, network with other people and meet them. Not just say, hey, I joined this networking group. Why isn't my phone ringing? It's like, all right, you joined it. So what did you do? Did you go to their breakfast, their lunch? Did you go shake their hands? Did you go say, hey, this is what I do? They don't. And I think a lot of that is guys who don't want to talk, because, you know, a lot of them do require you to talk, and guys aren't comfortable talking. And I know we talked about this in the member meeting all night, and I told everybody, hey, you can join Toastmasters. That's a nonprofit organization. It's very, very inexpensive. That it's to give you the skills and the confidence, really, to be able to talk.
Or you can get on a podcast like this.
Absolutely. You can get on a podcast. So we've had many guys, dude, come into Pressure Washing Motivation doing live videos that were afraid to do live videos, and I convinced them to start doing them there under a small setting, and then they started doing more and more. So yeah, it's those groups are amazing, man. Networking, getting out there, you know, there's nothing like this whole thing, man. There's no magic shit. There's no magic pill. Yeah, you got to pay. You have to pay for some stuff, man, and it really depends on what you want to do. You know, paid advertising, paid marketing people. There's, just gotta. If you're not getting results, if you're doing one thing and you're not getting results, then you move on to something different.
It's like Connor said the other day, though. I mean, it does. You do got to spend money to make money.
Yep.
A lot of people don't want to spend the money in this industry, but
they don't want to spend the money. Yeah, you got to spend money, man. You got to, especially when you're branding yourself, man. It's all about brand. I mean, look, it's, you got to have to have people remember you. I mean, you have to have people a reason to remember you, and just you want people to say, hey, this is who's going to call for pressure washing. You want them to instantly know, this is boom, this is who you call, this person. Hey, this is Jason's right here. I got to sit on my desk, man. Aqua bins, look, air fresheners. Like,
bam, perfect.
He paid for them, dude. He paid. That wasn't free. Branding. That's he gives them to people, dude. Branding.
I just talked to my guy. I'm getting about 300 koozies made up.
Koozies, dude. Yeah, koozies.
Yep.
There's so many different things you can do. So one thing that we're looking to do, I got to do this. I keep putting it off. I know it's been done in the past. It's been pretty successful. Is frisbees, tossing frisbees, kind of like clip flyers, right? So you can get branded frisbees that you give out all over the place. The kind of issue is
riding through neighborhoods and tossing frisbees.
Yeah. You do clip flyers, frisbees. Now here's the key, especially depending where you're at. So it's going to go by you where your market is, where you at. So I would recommend spending the extra money if you're going to do frisbees and getting the pet safe frisbees, because you can run into some issues, dude. If you don't, I mean, there's some people can be crazy about that. So they have the soft ones now too, man. There's so many different options you can do. It's just branding though, man. Like, look, Connor was telling us some of these shirts that he gave out at that big sandbar blast.
He say like 40 of them or some shit?
No, like 300.
Oh, is it that many?
Yeah. He gave out 300 shirts at his that big sandbar event they had. That it's like a big party, dude. He's got 300 people wearing his Power Washing Man shirts out there. It's branding, dude. Spending money, but it's like branding.
Yep, you'll get it back.
Yep.
I mean that is one thing about this industry, man. Every time I've spent money, I've made it back quick.
Those air fresheners are fresh. I know, dude. They are, dude. Look. It's so nice, dude. I didn't even open it, bro. I didn't even want to open it. I didn't want to open it, dude. I don't want it to go stale. Like it's still wrapped up because it's nice, man. They are $3.60 each. I mean $6 each. I don't know what that was though. Notebooks, yep. Connor talked about notebooks, notepads. Yeah, notepads.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to go and bring those to property managers and real estate.
Yep, and get stuff, man. You really want to try to think about it and try to get stuff that people are going to keep.
I mean, what do you think about the little goodie bags with the candy? I know.
I'm not a fan of the candy bags, honestly.
No.
I'm not saying it again. I'm not saying it don't work for some people because they may. Just not a fan of them for me. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I mean, not everybody wants a pack of Skittles,
No, so we're gonna do. I told you we're gonna be doing some stuff. Some gourmet stuff we're going to be sending to our clients. Dude, I think a lot of people are afraid spend money on stuff, you know what I mean? And on their clients. And they spend so much money to acquire a client, a lot more than they actually probably realize. And then,
I mean, spend within reason, don't go.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy,
yeah, absolutely. And, but you want to, we're going to be taking care of our clients, man. We're going to be doing some stuff, coming up. I mean, sending them some stuff, thanking them, instead of just a thank you card, we're going to step it up a little bit farther. And it'll cost a few bucks, but hey, it costs a lot to acquire that client, and the lifetime value of your client is huge, man. I know a lot of people don't talk about that. Howard Partridge talks about that a lot. I mean, the lifetime value of a client is huge. If you actually look at numbers and see how much a lifetime value of a client is, you'd be blown away. And not just by them; it's a whole cycle. It's them, and it's their referrals. It's a lot involved in that whole thing. But yeah,
nobody wants to take the time to dive deep into that. Sit down and think about it.
It's doing well, Rusty. We do that every year, man. We've been doing that. Well, we've been doing it since 2017, but it's been before that. So I used to do that with my old company also. So we've been doing that for years, man. So, but ever since I rebranded Greenway in 2017, we continue to do it. But yeah, we do well with them, man. We do a lot for them, and they appreciate it. That's what it comes down to. It helps them. It helps them a lot. I know a lot of people who don't like doing condo units. I always know on the other condos to get them too. Yeah, absolutely. Mark said he spent $1,000 on pens and folders with 6-page content inside. Went door-to-door property manager, gained 6 new customers so far. 1 contract, $45,000. Yep. Nice. That is nice. He's got the folders with the he's got the pages of content inside. Folders. Yeah, he's got all the content inside for them. Yep, knocking on doors. That's what he was doing. People are afraid. Hey, that works too, man. I see guys look, and I'm not. I see guys that actually beat people up on Facebook over that too. You know, they'll say, hey, I'm going to go out door knocking today, you know, and people will start trashing them. I'm not a fan of door knocking. I'll tell you that. I won't door knock, but will I beat somebody up? Should I say somebody shouldn't do it? Should I say it's a bad thing? No. Absolutely. Hey, go do it. It might be. I know guys that actually kill it with door knocking. I seen this kid, man. This kid, I was watching this kid on TikTok. I think he's out of Canada, though, window cleaner, young kid, doing his videos, door knocking, dude. It's pretty freaking amazing. But
yeah, it takes
it's just not something.
Personality, though. I mean,
it takes a special personality, dude. It's just not something that it's just not for me. I'm not, like I said, I'm not downing anybody who does it because I think you can be really successful at it. Cold calling, dude. People bash cold calling, dude. Hey, I don't cold call. People bash text blast. I do text blast, and they work awesome. People bash ringless voicemails. I do them. They work awesome. So, like I said, I won't bash what other people do. You know, I'll take what works for us and say, okay, that shit works, and that's all that matters. You know,
if it works for you.
If it works for you. Brian says, I have my own whiskey for my customers. Look, he's Irish, dude. I mean, of course he's going to have his own whiskey to give out to customers. I mean, we couldn't expect anything less. They're expecting the damn whiskey from you. Brian is a cool dude, man. Yep, people want to see but don't like doing hard things. And that's what it comes down to, man. People don't want to do the hard things. People want just, hey.
They want the magic pill.
If you have an unlimited budget, hey, dude, yeah, you can just say, hey, I'm going to sit here and take my unlimited budget and here, take all this damn money and go get me customers. I mean, is your return on investment going to be that great? Probably not. Your percentages are probably going to suck. But hey, it could work though, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, nothing wrong with it, man. Just everybody has to do what's best for them. Do what's best for you, and shit that works, do more of it. Do more of the shit that works. That's what you got to do.
And you'll find out what works.
Yep. And I know you did that with the yard signs, dude. You ordered a shitload of yard signs.
I did, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I plan on having them all. I ordered 500 back in January. I was going to start in March and be done by July. Shit, I only got like 200 left. So
yeah.
Way ahead of schedule. So I'm going to have to order some more.
Yep, you got to order some more.
And then the door hangers, you know, I ordered door hangers. We're putting those out for both businesses, you know, that one and the dryer vent.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, man, they get like they look at things like, all right, 100 yard signs are going to cost me $400, and I don't know what stakes $475, right? If you get colored yard signs, and they're like, man, that's almost $500. That's $500, man. That's a lot of money. That's 100, dude. 100 yard signs. If you have 100 yard signs, you think you're going to get at least one house wash? You're most definitely getting at least one house wash. That pays for yard signs. Yard signs are paid for. So you're going to get a lot more than a house wash over 100. But I'm just telling you, like, you can't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do it. Go buy some yard signs. But go buy them and put them out. Now,
yeah.
The whole reason I didn't do a lot of yard signs, and I told you this, dude, I don't know, dude, what it is with me, man. I'm like,
the phobia.
Even with Christmas lights, right, dude? So I would pull up, right? I'm driving. Boom. I got the Christmas light, man. I got the yard signs right here ready to go. I'm like, all right, this is an awesome stop sign right here, right? I'm looking in the mirror. There's no car. Boom. Pull over to the shoulder. I'm like, all right, here we go. I go to get the yard sign. I see a car. I open the door. I see a car coming. I close the door. I'm like, I'm going. I don't put the yard sign out. I'm like, dude, what the heck? What the heck? So, yeah. But
I mean, put the systems in place. Let the guys put them out. Just add it on your day to day. We do 5 a day, 5 days a week. That's 25. That's 100 a month.
And you know what, Brian? Brian, I'm glad you brought this comment up, dude. Brian said yard signs make money. I got a billionaire customer. He said he got a billionaire customer from a yard sign last year. I'm glad he brought that up, dude, because that's one of the things that I see when guys get beat up in these groups of yard signs is the customers don't want to spend money. They're not going to call no damn yard sign. It's trash. Dude, that is 100% not true, man. Like, they see a yard sign, it doesn't matter, dude. They could be driving, their friggin' Honda Civic, or they can driving their friggin' their Maserati. They just see the yard sign, they're like, damn, I can use that service. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. You're bringing attention to what you do. Hey, boom, look, we wash houses. Damn, I need my house washed. So I'm glad that Brian said that, man, because I've seen that same experience, man. We've got some really good high end customers from yard signs, and we don't even do a lot of yard signs. We're starting to step up to a lot more now because I'm having them put them out now, so I don't have to worry about it. So because I would, like I told you, dude, I don't know what it is with me. I just pull up, I'm like, shit, the car sees me, man. I'm doing something. I'm like, man, they're looking at me, and I just like, I ain't putting yard sign.
Then you look suspicious.
I know, I'm looking all suspicious, dude. Like, what is the guy doing? I'm like, go around me, just go, just God damn it, just get out of my way. That really depends where you're at, man. He's saying yard signs don't work in corners with all the political signs and all the business signs. I don't know. I don't think they're desensitized. I really don't. I think it depends maybe where you're at, because I know guys that right now put out lots of yard signs and they have very, very good success with yard signs. So it's
I'm one of them. I'm not.
It may be by the area. It may be by the area, man. It may be by the area. It may be, where you put the yard signs, how you put the yard signs. I know there was some talk in the PWMCA group the other day. Somebody asked about putting yard signs or on poles or in the ground, and I said, look, for me, I don't like them on the poles. Like, but that's my opinion. Like, I think they look like crap, but I don't know, dude. Maybe other people put them on poles and they think they look awesome and people love them. I don't know. So I think it maybe depends on the area, and maybe I don't know. I do know a lot of guys that are doing yard signs, and they have really good luck with them. So again, my whole point was.
So I didn't have very good luck with bandit signs, but when I branded my signs, I've had better luck with that. Only because everybody and their mother's got the same black and white or blue and white or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yep. You put your logo on yours, your little logo right there with the.
Yep. The QR code's a big thing now. We got QR codes on all our signs or all our door hangers. Everything has a QR code. The koozies I'm getting made, QR code. My T-shirts I'm getting made, QR code.
Yep, dude, and that's another thing, dude. People have to, hey, QR codes, man. Everybody wants to believe that QR codes are not, they're dead. Yes, they were dead. QR codes were dying. They were not gonna be what everybody thought they were gonna be. And then COVID came. And COVID made the QR codes. It forced everybody to go into a restaurant, and there were no menus. They had to scan QR codes. QR codes started to become, now you watch TV, dude. Every commercial, they're putting QR codes on them. There's QR codes everywhere. QR codes, and I know they work because we use Bitly links to track them, so we know when they're getting hit. QR codes do work. Don't be afraid to use them, especially if you're doing, like you said, you put them on everything. So they have the option, hey, QR code, boom. Yep.
Because I make it simple to where they scan it, they can get an instant quote.
Yep. And you tell them, hey, scan this for your quote, and boom.
Scan here. Yep.
So Mark said, here's another tip. We made 4x6 postcards that says, if you are truly happy with your 5-star service today, please help us gain customer just like you. Use your phone and scan this QR code and give us another 5-star review. By doing it right, that's an awesome point. We don't have 4x6 ones. I actually started with them, but then I had Tim Fields
business card one.
I made Tim Fields that made me the business card size ones that my guys can give out. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And oh yeah, that's Dan. Yep, I know who it is, bro. We know who you are, man. We have the card with us all the time. Yep. My buddy Tim Alexander is using that dot card for a contact card. I think it's pretty cool. He showed me that in Orlando. I like that a lot.
And I mean, if you got employees, encourage them to tell the homeowner, hey, we get a bonus if we get a 5-star review.
Yep. And you know what? And that's a good point. You said that because I do. That works because people truly look. It's not that people don't want to give you a review. They say, hey, can you review us? They really want to. They forget, man. They're busy. They have life happens. But when your guys say, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, if you do a 5-star review, it really helps us out. You know what I mean? We get a little bonus or whatever, it helps us with our points, whatever you want to say. They're more inclined to be like, hey, I want to help this guy. This did a great house, man. They did a great house, man. Job in my house. They're good guys. I want to help them out, We're the boss, dude. They're like, customers even look at us sometimes. We're the boss. Like, hey, it's no big deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't ever get tips when I'm
No, they don't give you no damn tips.
They're giving me the check, so they don't.
Yep.
I don't need no check.
Charles Daniels said a lot of guys put out junk signs that don't work. Having a properly designed sign makes a huge difference. Absolutely. And I know a lot of guys that tested a lot of different signs to find out what works and what don't.
I mean, the good thing about a lot of guys putting out, bandit signs that just say house washing or pressure washing, it's still getting people thinking, because they are seeing it. And then they come across yours and they're like, oh, okay,
I had, I forgot who it was, man. I had somebody about 3 or 4 years ago tell me, who was that? Well, anyway, they told me, everybody knows Patrick Clark here probably. He had Precision Pro Wash out there in South Carolina. And this guy is in his market. And he said, hey, man, I would know, like, when, and Pat's even said this too, because he's talking to him about it. He would know when Pat slowed down on his yard signs and his clip flyers because his phones would slow down also. Because he was bringing attention to the service, right? He was just bringing their mind, like, oh, man, we need our house washed. They might see the sign and, hey, you know what? And that's why having a good Google presence and stuff is key, too, because they might just see the sign, dude. They might just see the sign house washing, and they might go back and Google now. Oh, damn, I need my house washed. They didn't have time to catch a number, and now they go house washing on their computer, and, it's important to have that presence on Google. Jeremy Brooks said Jamie Schmidt gets a lot of work for yours. I asked him what his message says. He's a trip, dude. He's a trip. I'm going to go back to a comment here. I mean, I seen it was kind of disturbing.
Disturbing?
Yeah. Where's it at, man? I got to find this. Sean, man. Sean said we are suspended on Google for 3 years now. If Facebook ads and word of mouth that really have grown our customer base. Do really quality work and people will take care of you. Yeah. Dude, that really sucks, dude, that you're suspended for 3 years, bro. But I hope you can figure that out, man. I hope somebody can figure it out for you. Like that.
Yeah, that's big.
That sucks, dude. That really sucks, man. That's the problem with Google, dude. Jeremy is such a trip, isn't he? He said Jamie's best yard sign is his muscle team flexing. Mark Rhodes said just a smart tap card in today for the same thing. Yeah, they scan it, goes right to your review. Yep, I like that. Google reviews rating bring us the most customers. Yep, absolutely, man. Rushy says we got a bonus on the boss and you mentioned our name. Yes. So my guys we were doing that, man, but I'm like, it got to the point where I was like, guys, we know what jobs they were done for you, so you don't have to mention your name because it was like, they were trying to make a mention of name on every review. And I'm like, dude, we know what job you did because we do give them bonuses for reviews. We started that.
Yeah, and then you're just asking them to remember more.
Yeah, but it is good though. I mean, it's good for them. They like it. But they were telling the customer because they thought so anybody got a bonus. But I'm like, we know, like when a review comes in, we know who did the job. Like we know it's in the CRM, so we know who did it. So you're gonna get your bonus. They don't have to say your name. It's nice when they say your name. I mean, it is cool. But yeah, no. But yeah, I mean, and customers do. Customers want to help you guys out. So we're focused on that, man. That's one thing we like I said earlier, we lacked in that focus. We didn't focus on reviews. It wasn't a big focus for us, so it's something we got to pay attention to and start focusing on. And that's why I got systems in place now to do that, because that's what it comes down to, having the right systems in place. If not,
and like you said, man, not everybody's going to do it. You can try. They're going to tell you, yeah, we'll do it, and you can send them a link, give them a card, send them an email, and they're still not going to do it.
Yep. Now, my man Rob Papke, they get the review right in the spot.
Maybe that's a tactic. I mean,
he has them go in the house, get the damn tablet, and do the review right on the spot. Now, Ron Papke, if you heard Ron Papke talk before, I mean, he's got that skill, dude. He just has a different skill set, man. Sometimes that's what it comes down to, man. Like, he has a skill set to do that, Jason, no, I'm not, bro. I'm not. I am not, except for, we have some follow-up sequences, but if you think if you got an idea, bro, review software, yep. Sean, that's crazy, man. They're not telling you why it's suspended, though. He's wasted a ton of money and went through several people trying to fix it. That's just insane, man. They can feel more comfortable as review for a client. Yeah, that makes sense. Charles says he has an art of precision. Yeah, he does. Ron, dude, he does, man. Ron just has that. Look, Ron, and we talked about this all day about Ron asked. I mean, you talked about this, Kevin. We talked about Ron Papke. Ron asked for the sale, and he's talked about that. I think a lot of people, we get really comfortable with technology, right? We get comfortable like, hey, we're going to put our bid in, and all our follow-ups take care of this and this and that. Somebody like Ron Papke, he says that he asked for the sale. Hey, Mr. Smith, here's a price, but we can get you done next Wednesday at between 1 and 3 if that works. Oh, I got to talk to my husband and see what he thinks. All right, great. What time does he get home from work? He gets home at 6. Well, how about I give you a call around 6:30? By the time you get in and talk, that's Ron Papke, dude. He asked for the sale. He said it a long time ago, like, you guys don't ask for the sale. And I do find that to be true for a lot of people, not asking for the sale, thinking like, oh, here's my estimate. Here's our estimate. Give us a call if you have any questions or if you want to book. No, hey, here's the estimate. Looks like we have next week, next Tuesday available this time. Can we get you in? Try it, guys. Try it. Like, we get comfortable, man. I think a lot of times we get comfortable. We get comfortable with.
So I do a lot of that, but I do it over the phone because I'm not doing so many in.
You're not doing it in person.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, hell yeah. Get that for us, man. Jason Thomas said he's a nice job. It's been great for him. He's working on getting a referral link for the PWC discount. Yeah, get that, man. Well, I'll definitely sign up. I'll get it. I'll sign up. Like I said, we got to focus on that, man. That's something we haven't been focusing on. And I realized I should have been focused on it. So that's why I was telling anybody that's watching this that's new in the beginning of this podcast. If you're new, get a CRM, focus on reviews from day one. Do it. Because in the long run, you're going to be glad you did it early. You're going to be glad. All right, man, we've been on here for an hour and almost an hour and a half. So not too bad. We started at 8:30, right? So yeah. So a little over an hour. We usually go an hour, but that's cool. Some good questions tonight, man. Some really good guys chimed in tonight. So Rusty says, anybody heard of hashtag marketing yet? I haven't really dove too much in it. We do some hashtags with our stuff, but I haven't really got really deep into hashtags. I do know hashtags are kind of important too, from what I've heard. I don't know much about them. We do use them, but probably not use them right, to be honest with you. So that may be something we need to do a meeting on, actually. Using hashtags, because we are in technology driven world, man. Like, hey,
I can't keep up with it all, man. Honestly.
Can't keep up with it, man. Can't keep up with it. I'm
gonna look into trying to hire a college student, do some videos and stuff,
I think that'd be a good idea.
Our community college has got a nice photography program, so I'm sure they can do some videography and stuff too. Yep.
You can also hire yourself, man. Nice, somebody local there, college student, somebody, man, to do some social media stuff for you.
Yeah.
Because dude, they can do some amazing stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see some of these videos. I'm like, fuck, why can't my shit look like that?
Yeah.
Mine looks like it was filmed on a damn camcorder sometimes.
Charles, it's great to see you again tonight, dude. Not see you, but hear. We'll read your comments, I guess. So basically, we've seen you. You're here. Charles Daniels, man, he's a really good dude. He's been around for a while, man. I'm glad to see you're super busy and you're doing some great stuff. All right, guys, we're gonna jump off here, man. We've been on here over an hour. We usually do an hour in a podcast, but we're gonna start bringing the podcast back. Kind of got off them for a while, man. I'll be honest with you, the event. The PWMC event this year, man, it was a lot of work. It was just a lot of, a lot of months of planning, and it kind of like through the No Magic Shit podcast got in the way. But yeah, we're going to start getting heavy back into this because this is what I enjoy doing, man. Coming here with guys, just talking shop, man, and giving each other ideas, and no, it's a no guru zone. So we don't believe in the magic stuff. Not saying I don't believe in some of the paid people in the industry, because there's some great paid people who do great paid stuff, but this podcast is about helping people, contractors helping people. So we have to leave. When we leave this, everybody that comes on this podcast has to leave. The guest has to give. If I got to ask you this question, Kevin, because I ask everybody that comes on this question. So we'll take Kevin Paul. We'll take you, and you're brand new. You don't have any money for marketing. You can't go buy yard signs, and you have a truck with a pressure washer in it, and your rent's due. What's Kevin Paul going to do? Old Kevin Paul, before you got busy, what would Kevin Paul do to make something happen?
No money in my pocket.
No money in your pocket, man. You got a pressure washer and a truck. The rent's due, but that's all you got is a pressure washer. You got no money, dude. You can't run a Facebook ad. You don't have the money. You can't. You got no money. What are you gonna do?
Kevin Paul wouldn't knock on doors, but somebody new could go knock on some doors. I'm probably gonna go try to get in with my city or something, wash the park, do something for free, get noticed, get seen. Just push it, man. Get out there and just you got the equipment. There's always something to clean. That's me. Like I said, I'm not gonna go knock on the door, but I'm gonna find something.
Something to get out there and do.
Something's out there. Something's out there.
Yep.
Be seen. Be seen. All it's going to take is you out there watching the playground and somebody rides by and sees you and says, hey, can you give me a price on my house?
Yep. I like it, man.
That's it.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Be out there, be seen.
I like it. That's good stuff. I like that, man. Tim Alexander said he needs a hat like Kevin's. Tim, we got to get you scheduled, dude. So that's going to be the new thing. And everybody that gets scheduled that comes onto the podcast is going to get a new Magic Shit hat. Now, it ain't going to be Kevin's. It's going to be like this one, a little bit different. But, yeah, Kevin's got the ones that I had made. These are ones that we make here. These are the sublimation ones. These are bleach proof. That's not.
Yeah, can't you see there's a spot?
Yeah, there's a spot. So, yeah, get on here, Tim. And Tim would be a perfect person to get on the podcast, too.
Yeah, he would.
I would love to have Tim on. And, we're going to get out of here, man. Bruce Martin said he would spin generic posting on Facebook every town. Yeah, he still does it now. Yep, absolutely. I agree. All right, Mark. Yep. Same back at you, bro. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all you guys for watching. And we'll be back on. I have a guest on next week, and we're going to keep doing this. If you guys want to come on the show, just shoot me a message. Say, hey, I'm going to come on and be interviewed and talk shop. And we'll set you up, get you on, and we'll send you a pretty cool-looking No Magic Shit hat. All right, guys. Peace out. Any questions, man, hit us up. Love y'all.
All right.